The arrival of iOS 26 isn't just another routine iPhone software update, it marks a pivotal shift in Apple's ecosystem, blending together mobile intelligence, audio innovation, and real-time environmental awareness. And one of the most subtle, but potentially groundbreaking features tucked into this massive update, a mysterious new capability hidden under the radar: camera remote support for AirPods. At first glance, it may appear like just a convenient gimmick controlling your iPhone camera from your earbuds. But dig deeper, and it starts to look like a blueprint for what's to come with the rumored AirPods Pro 3, which insiders believe will include cameras, eye-assisted vision, and full integration with Apple's emerging spatial computing framework. In this deep dive, we're breaking down how iOS 26's camera remote feature for AirPods may be more than it seems. We'll explore the mechanics of the feature, it's likely linked to Apple's next-gen AirPods, the future of AirPods as wearable AI system, what it means for Vision Pro, iPhone, Apple Intelligence, and the greater Apple ecosystem. A speculative but informed look at how Apple is reshaping the way we see, hear, and interact with the world. Let's begin where it all started, with a subtle change in iOS 26 that could alter the future of wearable tech. iOS 26 introduces camera remote for AirPods, a new chapter for Apple's wireless audio line tucked quietly into the iOS 26 developer beta. Apple introduced a new setting for AirPods users that hadn't been seen before: camera remote. On the surface, this feature allows users to use their AirPods, specifically at the stems, to remotely capture photos or stop video recording with their iPhone's camera. It essentially mirrors the functionality of the existing camera remote app on the Apple Watch, but now brings that convenience directly into your ears. Here's how it works in iOS 26. Under a new camera control heading within the AirPods settings menu, users can configure either press once, capture a photo, or trigger video recording. Press and hold. Perform alternate commands, like switching modes or launching additional functionality. Enabling one of these gestures disables other built-in controls. For example, setting press once for the camera disables media playback gestures. Similarly, press and hold disables Siri and noise control access. This isn't just a minor tweak, it's a major rethinking of how we interact with AirPods. And more intriguingly, this feature sits alone under a dedicated camera control section. There are no other related settings, no options for anything else, just this. So why is Apple dedicating a whole menu to a single AirPods camera interaction? The most likely answer: because this is the foundation of something much bigger. The bigger picture, AirPods Pro 3, and Apple's ambition for vision-driven wearables. Industry insiders have been buzzing for months now about AirPods Pro 3, the long-awaited successor to Apple's top-tier earbuds, expected to launch sometime between late 2025 and 2026. The next-generation model is rumored to come with something no other wireless earbuds have ever offered before: embedded cameras. But Apple has a larger vision in mind, one that combines spatial computing, real-world awareness, and artificial intelligence to create a new class of device: AI-powered audio assistants that understand your surroundings. Think about it. You're walking in a new city, and the AirPods can identify street signs and give you directions. You're looking at a product in a store, and they can provide a summary or review. You're exercising outdoors, and the IR camera detects heat signatures or terrain. You're at home, and AirPods can warn you that someone is approaching from behind or that a stove has been left on. This is no longer about listening to music. It's about giving your ears eyes and giving those eyes intelligence. And that's where iOS 26's camera remote becomes a critical stepping stone. 1. The timing: the camera remote feature arrives just as multiple analysts predict Apple is preparing AirPods Pro 3 with cameras for a 2026 release. That gives Apple about 12 to 18 months to test the user interface, refine gestures, and get people comfortable using AirPods for more than audio. 2. Gesture mapping: AirPods already support several types of interaction: double tap, press and hold, squeeze to activate. The new camera remote expands those into photo and video triggering gestures, which aligns perfectly with how a camera-equipped AirPods Pro would work. Imagine, press once equals take a photo, or scan an object. Press and hold equals initiate environmental recognition, or enable live object tracking. Swipe equals change modes or filters. The new iOS 26 gesture mapping makes this completely plausible. 3. Dedicated menu. Camera control: as mentioned earlier, the entire camera remote feature is housed under a brand new camera control section in the AirPods settings. Right now, it's empty aside from the one feature. But why name the section camera control if there's only one toggle? This implies Apple is future-proofing the UI for more complex camera-based interactions down the line, likely with AirPods Pro 3. According to early reports from supply chain analysts and industry sources, the new AirPods Pro will feature infrared cameras. Not traditional image or video sensors. IR cameras can detect depth and proximity, recognize hand gestures, read facial expressions or head orientation, track movement in low light, capture spatial information. Invisible. This would align with Apple's TrueDepth and Face ID tech, but scaled down for your level. Forward-facing scanning. But there's also talk of these AirPods integrating with the Apple Vision Pro ecosystem, which would require photo and object-level recognition. So we may see a hybrid sensor combining IR and optical elements. The ability to take simple black and white snaps or visual markers, real-time object detection. For visually impaired users, if this is true, it would make the AirPods Pro 3 the most advanced wearable assistant in existence. Smart camera, part AI engine, part audio headset. Apple Intelligence meets audio plus vision. What this could unlock. iOS 26 is also the debut home for Apple Intelligence, a sweeping AI integration that reaches across iPhone, iPad, and Mac. This means that AirPods Pro 3 will likely serve as input and output devices for Apple's new AI stack. Use case examples include live scene interpretation, or cameras recognize what you're looking at, and Apple Intelligence describes it in your ears. You're looking at the Eiffel Tower. This monument was built in 1889. Instant product review. See a product. Tap AirPods stem. This is the new Dyson V16. Average reviews are 4.3 stars. Price for $199. Sign reading for accessibility for visually impaired users. AirPods could read aloud road signs, restaurant names, or even handwritten notes. Detect people approaching from behind or alert when movement is detected in your peripheral. Feel the view. The AirPods become more than speakers. They become narrators for your world. Power, battery, and data transfer considerations. Scanning cameras and real-time AI interpretation requires significant power and data bandwidth. Here's how Apple might address that. New W for chipset. Apple may introduce a new wireless chip to handle ultra-low power vision tasks, MagSafe like charging cases, with active cooling on-device neural processing for AI without sending data to the cloud. For better spatial mapping and latency-free input. Expect battery life to increase slightly thanks to more efficient chips and power allocation. Seamless integration with Apple's spatial vision. Apple has been clear that spatial computing is the future, and AirPods Pro 3 with camera support could act as the bridge between Vision Pro and iPhone. Examples: using AirPods as controllers for Vision Pro, tracking your hand gestures or body posture, enabling room awareness without wearing a headset, offering audio-visual cues in our environments. With iPhone held up as a viewfinder, it's a small step toward a fully sensorized, spatially aware wearable ecosystem, with AirPods acting as the invisible interface. While early 2025 was previously targeted, most current sources now agree 2026 is the more likely window. That gives Apple more time to finalize the new camera hardware, more iOS cycles to refine interaction models, a larger AI foundation to build upon. With Apple Intelligence anticipate reveal at WWDC 2026. Launch alongside iPhone 18 Pro, available in two configurations, standard and advanced. Final thoughts: camera remote for AirPods may be the seed of a new paradigm where headphones don't just play music, they see the world. Where Siri doesn't just listen, she interprets your surroundings. Where the most powerful part of your Apple ecosystem isn't in your pocket or on your wrist, but in your ears.